fun. I'm going to give this a shot. I always listen to some podcasts online, so figured, hey, driving home, might as well do my own. So we got next weekend. Next Sunday is the first preseason game. You got the Bills and the... Let's see. Holy crap. The Bills and the Giants on the Hall of Fame game next Sunday night. So, this is the last weekend, everyone. Last weekend without NFL football. It feels amazing. Shit can't come quick enough. I'm excited. I'm still not liking Caldwell, but I like the coordinators enough to where I am excited. And I think as long as he can give off the work to the two coordinators, Joe Lombardi as offensive coordinator, Terrell Austin for defensive coordinator, as long as he can give off the work to those guys, then we shouldn't have that big a problem. And leave just the game management stuff to Jim Caldwell, the guy that he is. But I mean, we got camp starts on this Sunday, and I'm excited. It sucks when I used to be up there in Michigan. It was a lot easier. It was a lot nicer. We went over to a couple years. We'd go over there, being a season ticket holder. We went to some of the practices, which was nice, but obviously being down here in Virginia, that doesn't happen. So I'm excited. We got some camp battles coming up. Probably the biggest camp battle we got going on is our corners. While we were gone, the Lions got rid of Chris Houston. Said it was a mutual decision. He's not fully healed. He wanted the year to get at least a few more months to get healthy, and he could possibly come back to any team because the Lions cut him. It's not like he's on some kind of no football list. They flat out cut him, so he can come back to any team whenever he's healthy. But maybe if we're lucky, he'll come back because, you guys may not like him, but I'm a huge Chris Houston guy, so it'd be nice if he comes back, especially at the fact that we have no one at corner. Our starting number one corner is a 12-year vet, Rasheed Mathis. I mean, the guy's good, but it's 12 years in, and your best corner is a guy that made a couple Pro Bowls for the Jaguars. I mean, that's not too good. So, on the other side, they said this spring that Darius Slay's looked good, but who doesn't look good in the spring? You never hear any coaches say, "Oh, that guy looked like shit. That guy sucked." No, everyone's amazing in the spring. So, hopefully he can play. I mean, he can't really play any worse. I'd have to look it up, but I think Pro Football Focus rated him as in the bottom 5 corners in the league, of the starting corners in the league. So it can't get any worse, really. So hopefully he does progress. If he does, and then we could keep Bentley at 3, the rookie that we got, from NC State, Lawson. Maybe if he could be our number 4. But you got Greenwood, Chris Greenwood. You got the other guy that was drafted with Bentley and Chris Greenwood, Jonte Green. He's back there. So, I mean, we have 4 really young corners. And if they ever pan out, man, we should be set for a long time because our only vet really is Rasheed Mathis. So, that's probably our biggest camp battle. I mean, unlike most teams that get a new head coach, the Lions don't have it's not that big a turnover. We didn't get rid of the coach and blow the thing up. We just got rid of blew up the coaching staff. Most of the pieces are still in place. The big 3 is still there. I still don't know how we're going to afford Sue in the future. So at this point, I'm starting to think that he's just going to play out this year, the last year, and then he's going to walk the next year. I still don't see any way that we can afford him. But he's here for this year, so this may be our 1 year. This may be the last year with the window. But, I mean, we still have a lot of young people, so Calvin's obviously back. They finally said he's healthy. I don't know if you guys all saw that. They said that Calvin's healthy finally. Which, if you don't know, He had a broken finger pretty much all of last year. He only practiced a handful of times because of his knee. So, it's nice to have him fully healthy. Because the last couple of years, if you're watching this or if you're listening to this and you're not a Lions fan, Calvin's put up all those numbers and he's been pretty injured. That knee's bothered him pretty bad. He doesn't practice all week and then toughs it out in the game. So to have him be healthy and if he can practice, that's going to be huge. I can only imagine. Plus, freaking our number 1 draft pick, Eric Ebron. We'll see what he can do. That was a luxury pick. I don't get that pick whatsoever. But again, Sammy Watkins was gone. Surprised Marquise Lee dropped so far, but I still think we could have got him. But who knows if Ebron even comes close to what Gronk and Jimmy Graham can do. If he could be a Jason Witten type, even be like that, get as many touches and catches and touchdowns that Jason Witten gets, then it's a good pick because everyone knows that Jason Witten's not a superstar, but he's consistent. He's in, every year. He's always in the top third and for tight ends. So even if that's the floor for this guy, then we should be sitting pretty good. So, on offense we should be set. We should be pretty much set. The 5 offensive linemen are probably going to stay the same. People are talking about right tackle, is a competition, but really unless Adrian Waddle has a horrible camp and someone else blows it out of the water, he had such a good year last year. I think that he's been afforded the chance to have the job be his. So like I said, unless he sucks ass and everything, I think he'll be the right tackle. Obviously Larry Warford's still there as a right tackle for Waddle. Right guard will be Larry Warford. Center, Raiola's back. Left center, Rob Sims. Left tackle, Riley Reeves. So, offense is really the only... we're going to have Ebron and Golden Tate, but otherwise it's going to look the same. Chris Durham's back. Kevin Ogletree's back. Really the only receiver we got rid of is Nate Burleson because Ryan Broyles is back, so... he should be healthy for a game or two before he tears something. But, hopefully we'll get a few catches out of him before he breaks again. But, Stafford's there, running backs there. So really, like I said, as long as Caldwell keeps the fuck out of it, his track record sucks. I don't care what you people say about the Super Bowls. That's just looking at the stats without really looking at his body of work. You're just looking at, you went to 2 Super Bowls. There's more to it than that. That's like saying that Manning is, Eli Manning is better than Dan Marino because he's got 2 Super Bowls. No one's going to make that argument. So if anyone who knows what we're talking about and is going to know that Jim Caldwell was just a stupid pickup. But I can't believe that we got the coordinators that we got. I'm more than stoked about that. I think Stafford will learn wonders under Joe Lombardi and the new quarterback coach, Jim Bob Cooter, I think his name is, came over with Lombardi for the Saints. So I'm really excited about the year. Camp starts this Sunday. Hall of Fame game next week. The Lions play the Friday after that. So I'm way more excited than I was. If you go back and watch our Lions hired Jim Caldwell video, I've stepped off the ledge there. I'm more excited now. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid again. So, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I'll try to get some opinion from Sean here. We'll get that posted up, see what he thinks about the Redskins. I posed a question to him before, who's going to go farther, the Redskins or the Lions, or who has a better chance to make the playoffs. And really, in my mind, I think the Skins have the better chance, not because they have a better team, but because their division, as crazy as it is, my whole life, it was always the NFC East was just the powerhouse. The Giants were, Cowboys, when I was a kid, obviously were amazing. And even through high school in the early 2000s, they were still good. They were still going to the playoffs. They couldn't win it. But that defense was already shitty, and they haven't really gotten any better, and they lost Sean Lee for the season. So they're going to be brutal. I think Philly takes a step back. Not that I think that, defenses are going to figure them out. Just teams that come out of nowhere like that tend to struggle the season after. So I think they'll struggle. I think Nick Foles will drop back down to earth. I don't think he's near as good as what his numbers look like. So I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but he's not, 20 touchdowns, 2 picks, or whatever it was that he had last year. He's not that good. So the Skins really have the most upside. I know their defense still kind of is low, but if you look at all the offenses, I think they have the most dynamic offense. I think if RG3 can move around, not run as much as he did as a rookie, but if he can move around now that he doesn't have that huge brace on, and they got Deshaun Jackson and Pierre Garçon back. So I think they have the best chance to make the playoffs out of that division. And, with the Lions, you got Cutler's back, Rodgers is back. The Vikings, I think, will be starting Teddy Bridgewater by week 3. So they're not going to be much. Peterson's going to get his, but outside of Adrian Peterson and Cordell Patterson, I don't think they're going to go far. The good thing, for them is the fact that their home games in November, December, obviously the whole year, but they're playing, if you guys didn't know, they're playing in the Minnesota Gophers Stadium while they're building the new Vikings Stadium. So it's going to be cold as shit, so they're going to have a huge advantage in there. But other than that, they're going to be number 4. The Bears, like I said, they're back. Their defense still is average. I think they're going to be in the bottom half of the league again. They haven't gotten any better. Just like the Cowboys defense, they were brutal last year and haven't gotten any better. So I see them being a middle of the road pack. They're going to have to score a shitload of points. They don't really have that guy. If you think about the Bears defense, it used to be like, okay, you have Urlacher, or you have Peppers. They don't have Peppers, they don't have Urlacher. You got Lance Briggs. The guy's pretty old and slow at this point, so they don't really have a cornerstone on their defense. And then obviously with the Packers, you got Aaron Rodgers is back. Obviously with the collarbone injury, so they're always there. They're going to win their 11, 12 games. They're going to win the division, but I still think that we can be 10, 11 wins, and win a wild card. So that's my outlook. Pre-camp, my outlook is 11-5 and number 5, get the 5 seed and number 1 wild card. That's pre-camp, obviously, with injuries and things that I see. That could change. I know this is completely 180 and a hypocrite compared to what I had said before, but I have too much faith in Stafford and Calvin and Sue and all those guys. I think they'll trump the head coach, and I think that Lombardi will come in. He's got the bloodlines. I think he's going to be a good coach, and then Terrell Austin. If you ever think Terrell Austin was a defensive backs coach for the Baltimore Ravens, even if you take away Ed Reed the last few years, when he was there, they were drafting guys, and they were good. You never said, the Ravens have a good front 7, but their back 4 sucks. No, they've always had good corners. So I'm pretty excited about it. We'll see what happens. We'll try to get a video up this weekend, but I might start doing this more. I'll fill in when I feel like it, just doing a podcast here and there. So thanks for listening. Comment below if you think I'm a moron and you think the Lions are better, or who you think's gonna go farther, who has a better chance to make the playoffs, the Redskins or the Lions. Let us know. So talk to you guys later. Have fun. Go Lions. Go Skins. Have a good one.